Alright, so the previous owners were nice enough to leave me this little galvanized trailer that's kind of a wreck. So what we're going to do is, obviously it blew a bearing and got dragged until it, wouldn't go no more. So I'm going to see if I can find an axle that'll fit it, or cut one down or something. And we're going to flip it over and fix it up, and we're going to use it around here. So I'm going to get that tire off. And I got a tape measure in my pocket here, and we're going to figure out what the spring center is and see what we can do about an axle. So rather than get a custom made axle or what have you, what I did was I went over to the wreckers and I pulled a 3,500 pound axle out of a trailer. Now obviously it's going to be way too long, but what we're going to do is we're going to cut the flanges off and we're just going to shorten it. Okay, rule number one with a trailer axle, they always have an arc. Always. The arc has to face up. So, keep that in mind. What we're going to do first and foremost on this axle anyway is take these brakes off. And once the brakes are off, we'll go ahead and we'll cut the outer flanges off. And what we'll do is we'll cut it as close to the end of the axle. You can see where their weld is right here. We're going to cut it right close to there. We're going to measure and see how much we need to take out. And what we're going to do is we're going to split the difference and remove it from each end of the tube so we do not mess with the arc of the axle. Okay, with that removed, what we're going to do is I'm going to cut the axle ends off right here. And we'll go ahead and measure and shorten from there. Okay, so what I've done here is I figured out where the center is, which this is our center, right? And then I put the two hubs back on, and I've taken and measured this axle, and we'll come over here, and this is our math. So this is our old axle. It had a 42-inch hub face with 32-inch spring centers. Our new axle is 80 3/4 inch. We're going to divide that in half to find our center of the axle. That's 40 3/8 of an inch. If we take our current hub face, subtract our hub face we need, that means we have to remove 38 3/4 of an inch. If we take and we divide that by 2 so we can work from the center out, 19 3/8 of an inch off of each end. Everything marked, what we're going to do is we're going to go ahead and cut these pieces of the tube off. And what I'll do is I'll cut the flanges off, and we'll go ahead and move everything into where it needs to be. Okie dokie, so we have done our cutting and our grinding. This is what we're left with. Short hunk of tube and two hubs. You see I've taken and chamfered them down too, so we can get a decent weld in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take and tack these on there, and then we'll get out our measuring tape and we'll measure again. Okay, so there's our axle ends welded back on here. So we made sure we got good penetration on it all the way around. And one thing I forgot to mention is if you are going to either use brakes on it or whatever, make sure you keep your flanges square. I'm not using brakes on mine, so it doesn't really matter. But I forgot to mention that in case you are. Now, having the flanges on there does make it easier to measure out so that our springs, the perches end up in the right spot. So that's something to keep in mind too. So we'll measure and we'll mark and weld our spring perches on too. Okay, let's see how we did. We have got just about 42-inch hub face, and we need a 32-inch, hang on, apologize, we need 32 inches from center to center. So we should be good. I'll have to get some dust caps for it. I thought I had a set, but let's take it over to the trailer and we'll really know how we did then. Okay, so it fit. So the next time you see this little trailer, it'll be facing the other way. I'll flip it back over again. Alright, there you have it. There is our little junk trailer dragged up here. So this is going to be an off-road trailer, so it won't be seeing the streets anymore. We're going to use it around the property here, so I'll probably take this coupler off and we'll come up with some type of pin system so that I can pin it to one of the Ford tractors or the John Deere or what have you.